the fence.
Oh, and a goal.
Washington in front of him. He's inside the 10.
Oh, block from behind.
Cut off the glass. No problem at all.
Fifth, one for the cradle.
He got locked up.
One guy that's got an angle on it, and he cuts back on it. Dead ball. And that couldn't grab a ball. He's fly to right field against the wind. It's out of here. Bearings it. We're tied at 19.
Hello and welcome to the Mason High School new gym here. Well, I am Joey Deaton alongside my partner Logan Stevens. You are watching ICRC-TV. Logan, we got quite the matchup today. The Mason Comets hosting the McNicholas Rockets. Mason Comets coming in at 2-0.
I definitely agree with you there, Joey. And we have a very exciting matchup for you guys today. As again, two great programs, Mason Comets and McNicholas Rockets, are going to face off tonight here at William Mason High School.
Comets are full of really athletic girls, a lot of basketball girls, a lot of girls that have a lot of potential, a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors now, girls that have been playing together since they were underclassmen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. A lot of commitments, actually 4 right now for the Mason Comets. Anna Brinkman with the NKU commit was the first one to commit. Maggie King, the junior, also committed to Western Michigan just in the past month. And then Abby Hughes, a senior, as well as Emma Hagledge, committed to Florida International as well as Union College, respectively.
We are just about ready to go here. McNicholas will start off with the serve. Best 3 out of 5 sets here. Comets take, the Rockets take opening point.
And yeah, there just looked like there wasn't enough strength right there on the Comets side. Hoping to rebound on this next point.
King with a great dig and Puisis with the hit. That was Grace Turner with the hit. Block no good from the other side.
Excellent block there by Kayla Ringwald, the junior. Way to put the Comets up on the board now.
Block fell out of bounds. McNicholas remains in possession. Early 2-0 lead for the Rockets, and that's going to make it 3-0.
Not a great start there for the Comets, hoping to rebound here. Coming, again, trailing 3-0 to McNicholas.
Still opening series. Maggie King takes it from the back, but it's blocked up front. And another great block from McNicholas, and they're up 4-0 early.
This is not what you want to see right now for the Comets. You always got to come out and start strong and keep that momentum going, and they have not started off strong.
King from the back. Great dig to keep it alive. And that will just nick the outside of the court to keep it in bounds. And McNicholas bursts out to a 5-0 lead.
That looked very close, Joey, right there. And now it looks like there's going to be a timeout here.
Quick timeout by Comet head coach T.M. Meyer. Probably just more of a mental break for these girls and tell them to get right back into it because they are definitely good enough to not only keep pace with this McNicholas team, but to beat them. Again,
it's nothing that you want to see when you're trailing 5-0 in the first game. But now McNicholas and Mason has faced similar opponents. Mason has bested the similar opponents, whereas McNicholas hasn't.
Comets' only test this year so far was a 4-set win over St. Ursula. The McNicholas Rockets fell to St. Ursula in straight sets. Comets looking to get something going. Puisis will knock it out of bounds.
And again, for the Comets, just little things keep going in favor of the Rockets. And whether it sails a little too far out of bounds or they just have a little miscommunication on the line, those little things will come back and haunt them.
Puisis with the dig. King tips it over, almost got it underneath the dig. And that's the first point for the Comets. Puisis converts off the Abby Hughes set.
And with that kind of height and athleticism, Joey, I mean, Sammy Puisis can do it all. She's very incredibly successful in basketball as well as volleyball. and you will definitely see her rocking on both courts this season, both seasons here for the Comets.
She's the girl that always goes for the jump ball in the girls' basketball games, so you know that she can jump up. Looked like they're going to call it a deflection off the Comets.
And it looks like it just touched Bailey Flower, dude, number 3, as it sailed out of bounds.
McNick firing out to an early 7-1 lead. Hoffman. Hughes up to King. Not a great set, but King gets it over. Grace Turner blocked. Gets another chance. Knocks it over. Great dig by Anna Brinkman. And McNicholas off. Not on the same page, and the Comets get their second point of the match.
And the Mason athleticism here is definitely being proven and tested as the Comets are now starting to rebound, get their game together, and starting to make a run here early in the game.
Brinkman with the serve. And a nice serve from Brinkman. McNicholas caught off guard.
And Anna Brinkman, again, another basketball player like Sammy Puisis, except volleyball is her strong suit. Again, the NKU commit, showing her strength and athleticism here tonight.
And another great serve from Brinkman, right at the toes of the McNick defensive line. 7-4, Comets with 3 straight points.
And for McNicholas now, you can't let these little sparks by the Comets start intriguing your players and eventually starting to let that large 7-1 lead dwindle very, very down.
Turner, blocked. Gets another chance. Can't finish, and the Comets get the point.
That front line for the Comets with Sammy Puisis and Maggie King is absolutely unstoppable. I mean, they've blocked so many shots already so early in the game and hasn't let anything, for the most part, pass right on, like, very close in.
Ball flies out, and that'll stop the quick Mason run of 4 straight points, but they are right back into it. Scoreboard just changed to 7-6, but I believe it's 8-5. Puisis with the dig. Hughes can't get it over the net. McNicholas back up to a 4-point lead. Hughes up to King. That'll fly into the stands for a Comet point. Kyra Simmons checks into the game for the Comets. Comets now with 4 girls in the rotation of 5'10" or taller.
And that will be definitely something to watch, Joey, as the Comets are going for a taller lineup.
Comets right back into it. 9-6, or 9-7 now with Puisis serving. And a nice touch play there by number 7 from McNick, Burkhart, finding the open spot on the floor as Puisis takes a rest. That one flies out. Comets get a free point.
And a good choice there by Bailey Flowerdew to let that one fly out, as that was very close to being a McNick point.
Always risky to let that one go. Hughes now. Turner has to fire from the back line. Hughes now sets. And Brinkman just pushes it over. Simmons might have had that one flying out. Once again, can't finish. Now blocked, and it'll go to McNick.
And that was one of the first little errors right there by the Comets front line, as it looked like the duo of Kyra Simmons and Maggie King would have prevented that ball to go inbounds and then hit out and be a McNick point.
He's up to King. And it looked like Maggie started from behind the defensive line. Point to McNick, already with a 12-8 lead. And a failure by McNick, number 4, Emily Byrne, kind of let it fall off her fingers, and Comets got an opportunity here. 12-9. Turner with the dig. He's up to Simmons, and she'll get the kill. 10-12. Comets right back in it, down 2.
Hughes is getting a lot of great setups here for the Comets. Definitely going to look for her in clutch moments to set up the Comets for some success.
Burkhart can't get it. Goes to Hoffman. Hughes. And that'll be a finish for the Comets, and they're down just 1. And after a 7-1 early lead by McNicholas, the Comets are right back in it.
And again, Abby Hughes' efforts on the assist, setting up the Comets for further points, have really helped out with this game and bringing the Comets back into contention in this first game.
That one will fly off from King. Small mistake, but the Comets are right back in this one. He's up to Ringwald, and she'll would have been right into the back corner. Great touch hit from Ringwald. Puisis is back into the game for Simmons. 1-point game.
And again, excellent effort there by the Comets to bring themselves back up into this game after trailing 7-1 way early in the game.
Hoffman had the serve. McNick gets back over. Hoffman with the dig. Hughes goes up to King. Great job by Hughes to keep it alive, and the Comets win the point. Looked like Hughes took a bow right there as the Comets tied up at 13.
The Comets just have that athleticism that, as of now, we have not seen McNicholas match up with. And it's really come to haunt McNicholas. Even though they have that early little start at 7-1 lead, Mason's just coming back with that athleticism and grind that they always have.
Hoffman with the error into the net. McNick back up a point. Feld to Hoffman. Hughes goes up to Brinkman, and she just touches it right over the net. Tie game once again. Flowerdale, her turn to serve. Just a sophomore on this squad. She puts it right in the net. McNicholas. It's a couple times the Comets have put one in the net. I think the third of the set.
And those are little things that the Comets cannot afford to do right here with a very close first game.
And they're right back. McNick serves them right back. An error on the other end. Still a tie game. Back to Turner for the hit. She's rejected at the line, and the Comets go up for the first time in the set.
And that is a great front line. Again, as we're going to say this a lot of times tonight, Joey, but that front line for the Comets has been unstoppable for the most part, only letting 2 or 3 points up in response to the numerous more points that Comets are getting.
Brickman fires that one out of bounds, stops the Comets' 15-8 run there since McNick went up 7-1 early. Hughes to Puises, and she puts it away.
The height of Sammy Puises will always come to help the Comets here in volleyball, as well as basketball. And with that being said, her athleticism too makes it out as if she has the speed and agility of a smaller player, but again, the height of a very taller player, very much taller player.
King puts it away and the Comets up 18-16 now.
And you're already starting to see a little bit of fatigue in McNicholas players. A lot of them already red in the face after this first game.
Comets starting to find their stride. Awkward ball from McNick. Gets it over. Flowered with the dig. Hughes tries to put it away, but the point will go to McNick. But now the point is given back to the Comets.
Good call there by the ref. It looked as if it was very close. I think what they were getting at was Hughes might have hit down on the net, and that will have given it to McNicholas as a point. But as a correction, it looks like
Turner came up for the explanation from the ref. Puises with the serve, and that'll just be outside. Still a close set, 19-17. Comets lead. Play to 25, win by 2.
Now, if the Comets keep this momentum going in this first game, they can easily take this first game win.
Great job by Hughes. Keep it alive for the Comets. Now Brinkman keeps alive with the dig. Hughes with the set, up to King. And what a great dig from McNicholas Rockets. McNicholas still trails by 1. Hughes up to King. She puts it away. 20-18.
And now we're starting to see more of the back and forth points going, as it's starting to be a little more consistent as far as gameplay, as now both teams know the style, they know the aggression level right now, they know energy level.
Ace by Abby Hughes. Comets finding their stride, up 21-18 now. Turner with a great ace from the middle of the court.
McNicholas is really succeeding in those further back hits that almost look like they could be out, and which Mason players deem that they are. Unfortunately, it's not going in the favor of the Mason Comets.
Comets still lead by 2. King puts it away. Comets just 3 points away from the first set. Comets lead 22-19. Maggie King set up the serve. McNick up the turn, she just tips it over and she finds the open spot. Great play by Turner, 22-20. McNick with a chance to serve. Libero Greasy, Rudolph to serve. Hughes will go up to Brinkman. She's blocked, but McNick keeps it alive. Hughes to Ringwald, and that'll be put away. The Comets 2 points away, 23-20.
And you can definitely see here that the Comets have the strength and chemistry, as most of the members on this team are juniors and seniors, with looks like only 3 sophomores here and there.
Quick timeout as the Comets are just 2 points away from the first set. McNick has had their runs. They opened this game on a 7-1 run.
And you know, Joey, that little run, while it was really beneficial for the team, it could have easily fatigued them or drawn out to that fatigue that they could potentially learn to hurt them later in the match.
Comet Blackpool sporting their gray outfits, their gray outfits here tonight, coming out to sport women's volleyball on a Monday night. Comets now, it's set point, 24-20. You gotta love seeing this from the Blackpool, reacting to every point. Such a part of the match.
Absolutely, and this is definitely improving to be one of the best student sections in the land.
Turner, King keeps the set alive. He was up to Brinkman, and that'll be put away for the set. Comets go up 1-0.
And it's really interesting to see that at the start of this set, that the Comets were facing a very large deficit, 7-1, and then they came back from that, and then it went a little consistent here and there. Mason scored a point, McNicholas scored a point, and then the Comets wound up rallying up and scoring up to 25 points, with McNick only scoring 20. And a great effort again by the Comets, coming back from that deficit early on and getting that dub for the first set.
Comets really proving after that slow start that they were the better team after the 7-1, what would have been 24-13 run. So definitely being more consistent than McNick once they got warmed up. And I mean, you've seen them come out cold in the season opener. The only set that they've dropped of the year, they dropped in the first set against St. Ursula, and that was a 25-22 drop before they caught fire for the next two sets, winning 25-20 and 25-17 before winning the hard-fought fourth, 26-24.
And following that game, they traveled to Turpin, winning in straight sets. And again, that just shows the resilience of the Comets volleyball team as one of the best in the GMC, as they currently are first, yet to go into conference play. But as of now, only Oak Hills trails them by a significant margin. And even at that, Oak Hills is 4-1 to start the year.
And the Comets have huge expectations coming into this year. They were expected to do pretty well in the tournament last year and were upset pretty early, and that's something that the Comets really came into this year thinking that one of the goals was to not only win the GMC, but to move far in the tournament. Lakota East has always been a solid player in the GMC in girls volleyball. Comets finally got over that hump and won the GMC a year ago. Now looking for the next step and to make it far in the tournament. Second set still to come here in Comet Country. Comets won the opening 25-20.
Yeah, Joey, as you mentioned, girls going into this season, Mason girls volleyball going into this season with a lot of high hopes. They did finish last year first in the GMC, 22-2 overall, 9-0 in the GMC, as they did lose in the sectional semifinal versus Mount Notre Dame, a great private high school here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
And you know that, excuse me, but you know that Coach Meyer loves beating those Catholic schools. To start off the season with a win against St. Ursula is huge for this program. And you know that not only did it hurt getting upset in the sectional semis, which of course come before districts and regionals before state, not only did it hurt to be upset, but to get beat by a local Catholic school like Mount Notre Dame made it hurt that much more.
They'll definitely look to rebound from that in this year.
Comets looking to go up 2 sets to love. See if they can start a little bit faster. McNick will win the first point once again before the referee gives it to the Comets. Anna Brinkman always with a smile on her face. Comets go up 1-0. Turner gets it over the net for McNick. Great job by Brinkman to keep it alive. Hughes keeps it over the net. Turner can't put it away. Comets up 2-0.
And Joey, if there is one player that the Comets are going to miss following this season, it will absolutely be Anna Brinkman. Her athleticism is unmatched by any other, and her going to NKU is great on the likes of her and the program here at Mason High School. And best of luck to her at the end of the season, as she also has girls basketball to go to.
Flowerdew sends it flying out of bounds, and McNick scores their first of the set. Really big chance for McNick to firmly place themselves in the set. They need to go firing early before the Comets build up a lead. Puisis hesitates and then puts it away. 3-1 Comets.
And we're starting to see both teams really get a sense of pace as well as momentum on both sides of the ball.
Great dig by Hoffman, but Brinkman can't get to it on the outside. McNick is right back into it, 3-2.
And again, if the Comets lose a point, or if they let a ball go, that's all right. If it's just one, though, if it's just one, they can't afford for McNick to come back and get this set.
Hughes will go to Puisis. Now she pushes it over herself. McNick not ready for it. And that will be 3 hits, and they can't get it over.
And you can clearly see, again, we're going to talk about the chemistry a lot here. You can clearly see that the Comets worked on development of chemistry a lot more than McNicholas did leading up to the season. And again, as these Mason Comets have worked on chemistry before, as this is not the first time that they're all playing together.
Puisis with a great dig after Turner had a very hard hit, and the Comets win the point, 5-2. That was a very hard hit from Grace Turner. Puisis just happened to be at the right place at the right time to make the dig. And then there, Abby Hughes able to take advantage of the ball coming up a little bit too high. And the Black Hole is really into it now. Comes up 6-2 here in the second set.
And this is looking very familiar to the first set, except swap the teams. You know, you got Mason now pulling away early in the second set, whereas last set it was McNicholas pulling away early.
Puisis puts in the net and gives McNick an opportunity to get back into it, 6-3. Flowerdew has to readjust. Hughes goes to Brinkman, who tips it over. King gets the hit by the block, and the Comets up.
Great athleticism there by Maggie King. Way to show how athletic and how talented this Comets team is. And that Western Michigan commit didn't just come from just sitting there.
Ball trapped up inside, and McNick takes the point.
And again, going along with Maggie King and her commitment, Mason Girls Volleyball has had a very, very good tradition of sending a lot of talented players to big D1 schools or D2 schools. And it's great to see that Maggie King, Anna Brinkman, all of these girls are carrying on that tradition of excellence.
Point given to the Comets. Referees communicating. Floor ref now warning the Black Hole that they cannot come out onto the court. I'm not really sure what they're worried about there because the volleyball court is still so far away, but I guess the ball that flew out of bounds got awfully close to the Black Hole. King serving for the Comets. McNick can't put it over. Comets up.
And now as the score keeps on going up for the Comets, McNicholas is going for even the smallest little effort to create a little spark to put themselves back into it in the second set.
Comets have already matched their biggest lead from the first set, which came on the winning point. That one falls into the corner for McNick.
And again, the little things that are going to propel McNick back on up into the second set. And this could really be a turning point for McNicholas, as well as the Comets, to firmly get a good grip on the succeeding set.
Hoffman. Hughes to Emma Hagledge into the game on the other side.
And that was an excellent hit there by Emma Hagledge. Again, another college commitment for the Mason Comets as she was going to Union College.
King from the back. That one flies into the stands. Comets up 11-5.
And I believe, Joey, this is their largest lead of the game.
Largest lead in either set. Comets already up 11-5 and absolutely on a roll and carrying over that momentum from the first set.
Good time here for both teams to take a little rest while in this timeout. Regather momentum, strength.
I want to say the Comets have almost doubled McNicholas' points since that early 7-1 lead. Comets had 24 plus the 11 now in the second. It's 35 against McNicholas' 18 since then. Comets absolutely on a roll since that early.
An excellent rally there, as you said, Joey. And if the Comets can carry this throughout the rest of the second set as well as the third set, then they can easily grasp that W.
McNick trying to fight their way back into the second. Hoffman goes up to Hagledge. That one will fly out. Oh, no. Referee gives the point to McNick. Eleven to 6. Hughes to Brinkman, and she is blocked, but it flies out of bounds.
And that is where the little efforts by McNick's front line, while it may be some good efforts with good intentions, is just backlashing back onto McNick, and for no good cause. As it's now 12 to 6, Mason Comets.
Turner blocked up front, and Nick keeps it alive. Pushes it over. Brinkman with another great dig. King will fire it over. Turner kept alive. What a great dig from Flowerdew. Excellent rally as McNick goes over again, and they win the point.
Something to keep in mind for future sets, as well as future volleys. McNick's pacing is extremely slow compared to Mason's rather fast-paced offense.
Comets still with a 5-point lead. McNick trails 7-12. Hughes pushes it over and gets the point. Excellent vision.
And again, you can clearly see the fatigue on McNick's side as they're definitely slower. Again with a pace. They're definitely moving at a slower pace than the Comets.
Turner deflected. Excellent job once again. Brinkman. Hoffman keeps it alive, but that'll fall out just long.
Now that
the human highlight reel is Anna Brinkman not on the hits, but on the digs, keeping the ball alive.
I definitely agree with you there, Joey. And the efforts that the Comets are going, Bailey Flowerdew was going into the Comet bench just to get the ball back. And that just shows you that the Mason Comets are not willing to give up without a fight.
Hughes goes to King, and she puts it away. What an excellent angled hit from King.
That was a beautiful hit, as you said, Joey. As now the Comets are regaining back onto that high of the 6-point lead.
With Puises due up to serve. Puises keeps it alive. Hughes goes up to King. And that won't be put back. 15-8 as the Comets starting to pull away.
And now, Joey, this is their largest lead of the game for the Comets with that 7-point lead, as they can definitely take this opportunity now and definitely propel themselves through the second and third set to get this victory.
He's up to Simmons. Bit of an awkward spike. And Simmons with the block, but McNick somehow keeps it alive. Ball hit the net up at the top, at the ceiling. Referee doesn't say anything, and McNick ends up winning the point.
And it looked several times in that little volley there, Joey, as if the Comets looked like they were going to get a point, and it looked like they had a slight early celebration, even though McNick was just at a very slow pace trying to get for that point.
He's up to Puises. She can't get it over the net. McNick with back-to-back points. Still 15-10, but crawling their way back into it.
And again, we saw this back in the first set. McNick comes back just a little bit. Comets rally on for 2 or 3 points. McNick starts coming back again. As it looks like that pattern is going to prevail on into the second set.
Brinkman barely ever able to get that one over the net. 6-point lead for the Comets. Hughes due to serve. Turner with the dig, and she's going to come up for the hit. Puises goes up to Hagluch. Soft touch is saved by Puises. And King with the spike and puts it away. 17-10 Comets.
And again now, Comets have had these opportunities numerous times on striding out on the rest of this set and into the third set, but have since yet been unsuccessful.
Simmons with a nice block out front. Spike comes from Hagluch, and McNick can't get it back over. 18-10, Comets rolling.
Just 7 more points, and the Comets can easily grasp this second set win.
McNick with their second timeout of the set. As they're really looking to do a 2-0 set hole right now.
Now, if you're McNick, you are on the verge of getting, or on losing 2 sets. And if you're McNick, you need to go in that third set with the mindset of a must-win scenario. And I know it's going to be 25 points. It's going to be a hard road to come back and keep this game alive. But anything to keep the Comets from getting that victory.
Hughes with a bit of a bad toss and serve, and I mean McNick will just take about any free point that they could get at this point. McNick still down 7. Great job by Hughes to keep it alive. Brinkman keeps it over. Hughes up to Hagluch. Can't get it to fall. Now Simmons with the block, and the point goes to the Comets.
I love this chemistry here in the Comets. seems like Hughes has a really good relationship between their best players, Maggie King, Sammy Puisis, and Anna Brinkman, and able to deliver those hits that can produce easy Comet points.
Maggie, Hughes to Simmons. McNick keeps it alive. Block is in front of Anna, and she can't keep it up. McNick still trails by 7, 19-12.
Comets are on that verge of getting that 20-point marker. And then from there, they just need to keep it going.
And there's a free point. 20-12.
5 more points, and then they get that second set. And then all they need to do from there is just win that third set, and then they'll get the victory in straight sets.
Hoffman. Poor dig from the back line, and the Comets are up 21-12.
McNick cannot be discouraged by this giant lead that the Comets have.
Serve grazes the net. Hit finds the floor, and McNick gets up the scoreboard again. Really got to take advantage of when they have the opportunity to serve. Foul from McNick. Hughes and Hagledge not on the same page, hit it together.
And that miscommunication will come to hurt the Comets if they keep that up throughout the rest of this game. Even if there's only 4 more points left for the Comets to get in this set.
McNick puts it into the net. Can't afford a mistake like that when you're trying to crawl your way back into a match against a very good opponent.
Another interesting thing to see as they now put Bailey Flowerdew into the game. As out comes Emma Hagledge.
Turner. Excellent dig by Flowerdew. Hughes goes up to King, who finishes. Comets up 9. Flowerdew's still back to serve.
Comets can taste that second set victory as they are incredibly close.
Quick shoe tying. Ellie fell from McNick. Looks like she'll have to come off. Some confusion on the court, and she'll come off.
It looks like there is, in fact, a shoe issue. Serious enough to keep her from playing.
Nice job by there from Turner to put it away. McNick stay in the set.
Again, Comets only 2 more points away, and then they could get that second set victory. A little bit of miscommunication on the McNick bench.
Dig went over the net, which gave McNick the chance to put it away. 23-16 now. Comets still just 2 points away. Abby Hughes. McNick keeps it alive. He's up to Puisis, and she puts it away. Comets have set point.
1 more point now for the Comets. They're oh so close. Now they're going to give the ball to one of their best players that they've seen in a long time, Anna Brinkman, to start the serve.
Goes up to Turner, and Brinkman can't get the dig. Turner is easily the best hitter for McNick. She always seems to be the #1 option when they got a clean set.
She always seems very close to the net. With her height and athleticism, you could easily see why. Comets really need to capitalize here to get this victory.
Puises gets it. Comets up 2-0.
Excellent job there.
The second set by a score of 25-17.
Excellent job there by the Comets on getting the second set. Now with a very commanding 2-zip lead, all the Comets need to do now is get 25 more points, and then they got a victory here on their home court.
Comets with very few hiccups since that slow start at the beginning of the match. As Ellie Feld ran over to the bleachers just now holding a shoelace. It almost seemed like a shoelace came out of the shoe, which is what the wardrobe malfunction was. It stopped play briefly.
Don't believe I've ever seen that happen on any field, any court. Can't say I've ever had that experience or seen it.
McNick going to look for any sort of momentum to find in this third set to get things rolling.
This could be it for McNick. This is their last chance. If they win this set, they could go. They can make it 4 sets. They can make it 5 sets. This is their last set with opportunity, and to put the Comets in a hole and making them win one more set.
McNick has won a 5-setter this year. Their sole win this year against Milford. They dropped the first set, managed to win the second set by a score of 29-27 before losing the third. Came back to win the fourth and the fifth. So they have the resiliency, and they showed it in the last game against Milford, but have yet to come back from 2 sets to love against as high quality a team. That's the Mason Comets.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And again, the Comets have been very successful in seasons past. This past season, again, finished first in the GMC. Anna Brinkman, Maggie King, and Sammy Puises, all first-team GMC. Kyra Simmons definitely coming on up there as a junior, and definitely going to be the future of this program once senior Anna Brinkman, as well as the likes of Emma Howglidge and Abby Hughes, depart following this season.
And those girls, not only first team GMC, but first team GMC a couple years running. Sammy and Maggie King, I believe, have both been first team or at least second team GMC since freshman year.
And with their talent and athleticism, it'd be very, very foolish to question why. As the break in between sets is coming to a close. Definitely look for McNick to start off very strong, facing, again, this 2-zip deficit. Look for them to go on a slight rally before allowing the Comets a few more points. But definitely look for McNick to play as if in severe elimination, as they are currently.
Comets just can't let up. They can't get too comfortable. They got to keep that fire that allowed them to come back from 7-1.
They've gone this far. All they need to do now is finish. And again, the Comets do what they do best, and that is winning volleyball games. Winning first in the GMC comes with winning a lot of games. 22, I believe, to be exact, from last season. And a 9-0 perfect conference record.
At one point, they had won close to 50 straight sets. Looks like Simmons going to get her over the net, and the referee calls 4 hits.
And again, McNick trying to get those little points early on, trying to build up a small lead before the Comets start getting very used to the style of play in the third set.
Turner with a hit and a great block from Abby Hughes. Comets have the serve, tied 1 apiece.
Black Hole loving it early on in the third set.
Snyder with the dig. Goes to Turner. Puisis with a great dig, but too low for Hughes to handle. McNick has to start fast, so they're not digging themselves out of hole like they were in set 2.
Quick substitution for McNick.
Ball just barely falls over the net. And a great break for McNick, and they've got to take advantage now, up 3-1.
Any little points that they can get to build up again. That little lead, as soon as the Comets start getting a feel for their game, their style of play in this third set, then McNick can build off that early lead.
Missed hit by Sammy Puisis, and she claps her hands in frustration after that. 4-1 early.
Again, the Comets, even though they've been letting up those little points here and there, they got to start kicking it in gear and finish.
That one flies long, and great opportunity for the Comets. Hoffman with the serve and another point for the Comets, 4-2. Excuse me, 4-3 now. Comets still trail by a point.
And now as McNick is starting to see the Comets developing, again, that feel for play, now McNick needs to start getting
Turner
very
finds the
aggressive.
open court.
If McNick can get aggressive now, they won't have any woes later on in this third set.
Five to 3, McNick lead. Turner able to take advantage of the deep dig and puts it away.
It's execution time now for the Comets. Can't let McNicholas get too big of a lead here in the third set, where the Comets very well, if they wind up executing their plays, they could very well win this set. As of now, not seeing it early on.
Who's up to King. Kept it alive. Hughes up to Brinkman, and she'll put it away down the line.
Great hit there by Anna Brinkman, just what the Comets needed. And now is a great chance for the Comets to keep that momentum going from Anna Brinkman's awesome hit and build on a lead.
Hughes up to Hagledge, blocked but kept alive. King off 1 foot, gets it over. And that'll fall short for McNick. 7-4 early lead for the Rockets.
McNick trying to do everything they can to be successful here in the third set. Already doing some early substitutions.
That one
Anything
flies
to make it
long.
better.
Comets get a free point. Excellent effort from Turner to keep it alive, but the rest of the team wasn't there. Comets down just 1.
And now we're starting to see the little mistakes from McNicholas that will make the Comets even better and more clutch here in the third set.
That one flies wide from Anna, but she smiles it off. McNick's got a 2-point lead here. Third of the way through the final set.
Comets got to watch out for those little mistakes.
King kept it alive. Turner knocks it over. Hughes up to Puisis. blocked, but falls short, and McNick gets another point to go up 9-6.
You're going to find on either side of this court that the chemistry on either team is going to be tested very, very efficiently as we are in the third set. An elimination set for McNick, and this set could win it all for the Comets in straight sets. Either way, a big test for either team.
Puis is up and serve. Almost some miscommunication from McNick. Ten to 7, McNick leads. Rockets not going away.
McNicholas is no stranger to the longer games as they've brought in games into 5. Looks like even 6 sets. Pardon me, that was just 5 sets.
Great job up front by Simmons and King.
That front duo really doing a great job to get the Comets those little points here and there that can ultimately bring them above McNicholas on a lead and eventually, hopefully for the Comets, win them this volleyball game.
That one goes too far over. King blocked up front. Puis is up to Brinkman from the back. That one will fall short on the Comets side of the net. McNick now up 11 to 8 as the two have traded points over the last 6 to 7 points.
Again, McNicholas doing a great job at substituting in fresh bodies and anything to make those points come a little faster.
McNick with back-to-back points after King is blocked at the line, 12 to 8. Hughes to King. What a strike from Grace Turner.
That was an incredible strike there, as you said, Joey. As now it looks like both teams are going to go into a timeout.
3 straight points for McNick to put the Rockets up 13 to 8.
And here the Comets really need to capitalize. Down 5. They've been in this situation before back in the first set. They can't let this go in the wrong way. They cannot let McNicholas win this third set as it goes into a 4th and potentially a 5th set if necessary.
Black hole staying in it. As Coach Meyer talks the Comets through the timeout. Coach Meyer using every second of this timeout. McNick ready to ball.
Starting to see a little more smiles over on McNick's side.
Momentum is on their side. They've got 3 straight points. Hughes up to King. Kept alive. That goes, catches the edge of the line. And another point for McNick. They're up 6.
And that looks very close, but ultimately not in favor of the Comets. And again, those little misjudgments here and there could ultimately cost the Comets' third set.
That one will fall long. And the Comets get a free point to end the streak for McNick.
This is a perfect opportunity now for the Comets. Now that McNick's streak has been snapped, for the Comets to start their rally back into the third set.
Hughes will go to King, off balance. Flowerdew, up to Brinkman. Turner blocked. Hughes to Brinkman. And she'll put it away. Comets with back-to-back points. Trail by just 4.
Both sides really wanted that point bad, as you could see there, Joey. They really dragged out that possession, that point possession, much more than we've seen in the past.
Up to Turner, Puisis with the dig. Flowerdew. Comets get it over. Turner again goes with a touch, kept alive by Flowerdew. Great shot by the Comets. 3 straight points for Mason. Momentum back on the side of the Comets as the Black Hole is right back into it.
Give kudos to the sophomore Bailey Flowerdew on never giving up without a fight, diving multiple times for the ball to keep the Comets alive for that point.
King lobs it over. Flowerdew can't get there in time, and McNick right back to their side. 15-11, they maintain a 4-point lead.
Now for the Comets, they need to keep up with their defense, while at the same time putting in enough effort on their offensive.
Flowerdew can't pick it up off her toes. 16-11.
You're seeing a little bit less communication on the Mason side, something that they really need to step up on with a 5-point.
He's up to Brinkman, and she spikes it right down the middle.
Great point to give momentum back to the Comets as they're going to try to come back now from 4 points.
That one's wide, but as a deflection goes to McNick. Rockets with 17.
Very close to that 20-point marker, almost in the danger zone for the Comets. They really need to step up here. 5 points, 5-point deficit here.
Brinkman. Up to Turner. And the Comets can't get the block down safely. Rockets now with an 18-12 6-point lead.
Whatever worked for the Comets back in the first and second sets, they really, really need to find that back here in the third set, facing deficit.
What a hit from Sammy Puisis on the far side.
Great effort by Sammy Puisis. Now let's see if the Comets can keep that up and have that momentum driving here in the third set. 5-point deficit again, as it's keep on going back and forth on points.
Hughes comes up after the serve. Hoffman, King from the back line. McNick having to keep it alive. Hughes goes out to Puisis, and she hits the corner.
Perfect hit there by Sammy Puisis, as it looked like McNick players looked like they thought it was going to be outside on the left corner. However, they misjudged that, resulting in a Mason point.
Ball flying right towards the ceiling. Turner puts it away wide. Comets with another point, down just 3.
And here's that momentum we've always been talking about. You can hear us say it 1,000 times. And the Comets are starting to regain that against McNick.
Turner blocked, another point for the Comets. 18-16 Comets with 4 straight points. Timeout from McNick.
And they got that drive now. All the momentum is on Mason's side now. All they got to do now is capitalize. All they need now is 9 points, and they can easily get this victory. And if you're McNick now, you got to take that little Comet rally there. Don't let it get to them. Don't let it get to their heads. And they could just keep this ball game going in their favor. They only need Looks like 7 points left.
Just got to weather the storm of the Comets. Keep getting up for blocks. Stay on their toes.
Either team now is capable. It's just a matter of who capitalizes in the moment.
Ball's barely out of bounds. And McNick with a 3-point lead.
Comets are very close to seeing McNick get to that 20-point marker. It's only 3 points and they need to come back from in a tie.
Point given to McNick. Ref might have called net touch, I believe.
Little errors like that, Mason really needs to stay away from. And if they really want to keep on going at it for this third set.
Puises puts it away.
Great setup there by Abby Hughes. As you could see that communication right here between Hughes and Puises. And that is what makes the dream work here in Common Country.
Point given to the Comets. Double hit from McNick. And the Comets with back-to-back points of their own, down 18-20.
Comets are almost there. Only 2 more points to catch up to McNick. 7 to win it.
Point to the Comets.
Make that now 6 to win it. Black Hole on their feet.
Got the slow clap going. Comets just down a point. Franklin puts it over. Turner rejected. Comets tied up, 20 apiece. 5 points away from the match.
And this is what we've been talking about all along. This Comets team has that drive. They have that endurance. They have the speed. Now it's time for execution on either side.
Comets riding a 4-point stretch. Point to McNick, 21-20 advantage. Hard-fought third set. Closest one of the match.
McNick starting to sub in players, trying to get in as many fresh bodies as they can, and their best players in to drive himself up from the success.
King puts it away. Looked like Hughes wanted Brinkman to let it go, but King puts it away for her. Tied at 21 apiece.
And now's where either team, they really need to put in their A game now. It's either elimination or victory.
Great hit from McNick. 22-21. Comets and Rockets going back and forth.
And again, they need to win by 2 in order to take the set.
Rockets with the advantage. Who's up to King. Awkward set and a ball given, the point given to the Comets. 22 apiece. Haglage will take a seat as Flower who comes in to serve for her. Sophomore. And the point given to the Comets again. Double hit. Just couldn't get the setup clean. 23-22, Comets 2 points away.
Those little errors here and there on McNick's side could wind up resulting in their, looks like their 3rd loss of the season. And if you're McNick, you cannot afford to be 1-3 this early into the season. as they are currently last in the girls' Greater Catholic League Central Division.
Comets usually using an extra few seconds of the timeout. Flowerday still to serve.
All eyes on Bailey Flowerdew now.
Point to the Comets. 24-22.
One more point on the Comets side and they can win this game.
Match point to the Comets. That caught the edge of the line, and McNick with a point, 24-23.
McNick's hopes dangling on the edge. Comets only need still that one more point, as they still need to win by 2. They could win 25-23. Both McNick scores here. Comets need 2 more points to win.
Hughes pushes it over, and that'll be the match. Comets take the final set, 25-23. Rockets hung around, but the Comets prevail for the victory as they win in straight sets, 25-20, 25-17, and 25-23. As they never look back after going up early, after having a slow start, 7-1 early. Comets will advance in straight sets.
And a great game that we witnessed just here, Joey, as the Black Hole is going crazy over this victory in straight sets. Comets have a lot to look forward to now as they improve now to 3-0, still in their non-conference schedule.
And with plenty of the season to look forward to as the Comets go through the regular season and look forward to that postseason tournament and look forward to GMC play. Another Catholic school they will take on the Ursuline Academy this Thursday right here in Mason High School gym before moving on into GMC play September 5th against Fairfield before diving into the meat of that GMC schedule.
And for McNicholas now, as they move now to 1-3, they cannot be discouraged by this. They got to keep on going on their season as they will now go at home tomorrow against Bishop Fenwick High School, same time, as they'll try to rebound from this loss.
And then, unless you got anything else, that should wrap it up for us here in the Mason High School new gym. Mason Comets come out with a strong performance and defeat the McNicholas Rockets in straight sets. My partner has been Logan Stevens. I've been Joe Dean. You've been watching ICRC-TV Sports. See you next time.